I'm back. Oh no, here we go again. I guess you're gonna tell us you have some sort of review. Why, since you mentioned it, yes I do. As soon as I seen the Hori pad Pac-Man edition, I had to have it, and I gotta give my first impressions. Okay, I guess I'm kind of interested in that. Let's get into it. I've been camping on the Hori for a long time. When it first released, I really wanted to get it, just kept passing it up. Finally, on Cyber Monday, I saw this Pac-Man edition, got really excited, and I bought it. I think I got it for 30 bucks. The Hori pad itself was, I think, originally going for 50 bucks. It might have been more. The controller itself, it feels extremely light. There's nothing much in here. The plastic feels pretty sturdy and hard, but it... hard. You dumb mother. The analog sticks, they feel pretty decent, but they're on a cheaper side. And the buttons up top, they feel pretty good. The triggers feel pretty good. They don't have much play there. As you can see, it feels like a membrane in there. D-pad feels, I want to say, alright. I will say I do not like how far down it goes, and it feels like you gotta constantly press it when you're playing and moving a character forward. It hits the housing. I don't like how that feels. Unlike something like the Xbox 360 controller where you can actually feel it stop. It's a very short press and it does not hit the housing. The rest of the buttons are all rubber, so they feel slightly spongy. The action buttons themselves, they feel pretty good. The overall plastic of them feels pretty cheap, but pressing down on them, they feel pretty good. It seems like it's a pretty good membrane. There are two buttons on the back. You have FL and you have a FR. I'm assuming you could program these buttons to match one of the buttons on the front. These things are only powered by the system. There is no internal battery, so they're not charged. I personally do not like the way they lift here, and they're not flush with the system. Not an overall big deal, just a little gripe of mine. It also does that on the back here where you see it's kind of lifted from the bottom up, and it has this notch here. I'm guessing that's to kind of support the Nintendo Switch. I think it's kind of useless. I will, however, say it does feel really good in the hands. I heard somebody else say it's only good for someone with big hands. Look at my hands. Not quite man hands. Those are definitely some baby hands. Or a 12-year-old boy, I'll give myself a little credit. And I think that it fits really good in the hand. It does look quite long. It does make the Switch a lot longer, but I feel like it's far more comfortable than the actual Joy-Cons. My hand placement on the analog sticks are just right. I don't feel like I'm going to feel some discomfort in my thumb here. I think that they're stretched enough. I like the placement for the trigger buttons. They feel pretty good. It doesn't feel like I'm stretching or my hands are too long over the buttons. And the buttons on the back, my middle finger goes right directly there. My middle fingers hit those buttons and they're really comfortable. They feel like they belong there. During gameplay, controller feels really good. It's really responsive. I think the analog sticks feel good. Like I said, I've heard somebody on YouTube complaining about them. I think they feel good. They're not as good as the ones that are on the Switch. However, I don't see any drift. The D-pad does work, and it works pretty well, but I do not like when I'm pressing forward. It actually feels like you're continuously having to press down for the button for it to move forward. I mean, you can press light and it does work, but it feels like it's so squishy and it's so flush with the system that I think it's uncomfortable. All right, we're in Bulletstorm, a first-person shooter, and as you can see, I don't see any noticeable drift. Leave the controller there. I don't see anything going on. It is far more comfortable to play with this in first-person shooters than the Joy-Cons. I got up a platformer. Let's test the D-pad. But I think the selling point for this is it does make your Nintendo Switch a lot more comfortable to play. All the buttons are within reach. It doesn't feel like you're getting cramped or your fingers are bent like this. They're, I want to say, positioned in the right position. All right, obviously that's weird, but everything's just positioned right where it needs to be to have a comfortable gaming experience. Another thing that might be an issue is this is obviously not going to fit in any of your Nintendo Switch cases. It's really long, and my Nintendo Switch case is about a little bit longer than if these had Joy-Cons on it, so this does not fit in there, so I'd have to keep them off separately. Overall, I love that Pac-Man design. That's why I bought it. I bought it specifically for the Pac-Man design. And that's it. That's it. The Hori Pac-Man Edition Split Pro Gamepad. If you have any questions on the Hori, let me know in the comments down below. If you liked what was contained in this video, thought it brought some value, you were looking at getting this, and I made it easier for you to make the decision, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, consider sharing amongst friends and the rest of your social media, and as always, don't forget to let me, this guy behind the camera, spend his money so you don't waste yours by hitting that subscribe button. Hey guys, don't forget that the products discussed in any of my videos are always in the description down below if you're interested in checking any of them out or helping me make the videos just a little bit better every time. Also, don't forget to check out one of our other videos. What are you waiting for? 1, 2, they're there. Click one of them.